Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. All our videos for educational purpose only. You're very welcome to follow any of our automated signal as long as you're on SIM. We're not responsible for your trades. Beautiful, beautiful day, beautiful morning today. We have a little pullback, doesn't matter. The pullback on the Nasdaq, if you're not in the trade, is 25,104, and the pullback re-entry on the ES is 6,750. Is really a good day today. And let's see the ES. What is the ES? It seems like the market recovering, and this is really good. And we will see if there's any surprising news today. What we have, only low priority. There is nothing really special about the news today. So this is a re-entry point right there on the ES and Nasdaq. The ES is 6,751, and the Nasdaq is 25,109. Pullback re-entry, pullback re-entry. You don't have a short trade around. Despite the market is sinking on the 1 minute, 3 minutes, the buyers are still over the sellers. The indicator are not the best to the green, neither here. It looked like we start getting weakness after the spark on the Nasdaq and ES. It seems like it's getting weak. We'll see if it's going. Absolutely, if you are on the ES, uh, you need to be careful with the 6,770. This is the first institutional profit, and this one here, number one, and number two, it will be a profit taken on the institutional, and there is many closing prices. So be careful with that number. On the second target, it will be profit taken at 6,770. So you got to be careful with that one. The Nasdaq institutional target is right there, 25,192. So be careful. Be careful. The ES start getting red on the 1 minute, 3 minutes, and the buyers are shrinking. So it could be potential short if the 6,752 cannot hold and the ES break that number. We're going on a short right. Be careful. Also, the Nasdaq, if we broke below the 25,118, that's mean you only have short. So you got to be careful. So those numbers are very important. I don't know if you can see the wake on it, and you can see exactly to this number a re-entry, but there is no strong long. There is a re-entry long, but it's not strong anymore. We had the reversal The buyers are shrinking over the sellers with a 6 different time frame, and there is a red, so there is no strong trend anymore to the long side, neither the Nasdaq. So very important to stay on a long position as long as we are above the 25,120 and above the 6,752. If we break those numbers, that means all the long trade should be done for today. So be careful. And the problem is with the ES, we have a tremendous support here. So if the ES went short, oh no, now we got double support area here, and we have a support area on the Nasdaq. So the odds are very little for the market to cross those double support area. But if it does, that means you need to start taking a profit and get ready for short. The problem with the ES, you have a tremendous support from 6,732 all the way down. And we have one of the major support, 6,741. So when it goes down, you have a little trades short. The first target, 6,741.50. And the second target, 6,733. And this is it. There is not much left for the morning session. So let's see what happened. If we're gonna break this, this is really bad. You see the ES is holding and the Nasdaq holding on those numbers. Those numbers are very crucial in your auto trading, or you are in the trade. Those really important levels. Those are not just stupid moving averages. It's studying the market very well based on the highs and the lows and the previous highs and lows. So be careful with those. Don't underestimate those lines. And it's not overbought, oversold. That's for sure. It's very important level. Keep your eye on those yellow numbers. We need to have the ES maintain above the double support, and we need to see the Nasdaq maintain at this number 25,128, and I hope it will not sink, but if it does, that's life. Welcome to trading. Okay, here is the ES, broke this level, and the Nasdaq broke this level. Be careful. There is no more long trade. It's only down. Only down. There is no more long trade. Be careful. We have a support at 6,000. Actually, we have a short trade and 6,741.50. The first target, the second target, 6,732. On the Nasdaq, it is the first target, 25,047. And we have a lot of support in there. And the second one and the final, 25,000 019. So this is it. Be careful. It's very clear. Be careful. There is a new signal on the YM sell. A new signal from the market analyzer says sell. You can see where the ES is flirting around this number, having a problem between the double support and that number, and it's really still sitting there. And also the Nasdaq with the double support and this yellow number, they still holding a little bit. We need to go short once the bar closed below those two lines, those two support. It seems like the market, there is no long trend. Let me show you the sellers over the buyers, 1 and 3 and 5 minutes in red, 1 minute. The other instruments are in red. The sellers over the buyers and 1, 3 and 5 is in red, indicating the boat is sinking. Remember that the boat is sinking. On top of that, oh, now we have the ES closed position on the auto trade using 1 minute. I don't know if you can hear the music in the background. We have a guy sitting on his yacht and playing Elvis all morning, and he's been driving me crazy. I live in the harbor, so there's one guy from the morning has been listening to Elvis. Okay, the market seems like it's gonna get a little moment. Let's see what happening. Still sitting on the side, but the Nasdaq wants to go long. So let's see if the Nasdaq able to take off. The Nasdaq wants to get up. The ES wants to sink, and the Nasdaq wants to go up. They have to work together, those two parallel. It's very important when you are auto trading. Doesn't matter if you are no, he give in like the ES. It seems like okay. Just hold on. Don't take any trades right now. Don't let any auto trade to take new trades at this moment. Let's see what the market wants to do. Here we go. We're done. Finished. All the way down. We're coming to the support. Be careful with the support. 6,742. And the second target, and it is 6,732. We have a new sell on the ES sell signal on the market analyzer sell. So this is it. The long trades are over. Wow. If you notice on the market analyzer, we have all in red, the sellers almost equal to the buyers, and then start all in red, the market analyzer the same on the Nasdaq. So you don't have a long trend anymore. It's not strong anymore. It's finished. The gold closed at 6,640. That's not bad. Yesterday, the gold made $22,000 in one trade. There we go. Seems like we're crossing this fib. The ES will stop at 6,731 and there is nothing left. Be careful. And the Nasdaq most likely will stop at 24,979. We'll see. It's going down. Don't let the auto trade go long on the pullback re-entry. Long. Don't. It is short, and as we expected, the support area 6,741. We came right in line with it, but the final destination 6,731. And if you are out of Nasdaq, you gotta wait a little bit before I can. There is a pullback re-entry at 25,145, but let's wait a little bit to see what will happen with the Nasdaq before we call that trade, because it's going to drop as we speak. very hard area. Now we are building resistance on the ES, and we have a resistance with a double, the re-entry short on the, don't go long. There is no long on the ES. We're done with the long. The re-entry short 6748. Be careful. It's right there. It's the short. Be careful. There is no way this ES able to break the mid band with a double resistance. It's not going to do it right now. And if you look at the ES, the sellers over the buyers, and there are a lot of red. Look what happened. It's coming right where we said. The Nasdaq, stay away right now. The Nasdaq is getting stronger. The problem is, if the Nasdaq wants to break again, the 25,143 wants to go long, and the ES is not responding with the same movement, you're gonna have a disaster. It doesn't matter what kind of auto trade you're using. It's going to be confliction, and when there is a confliction between the ES and Nasdaq, your auto trade will not make money, irrelevant where this auto trade coming from. Irrelevant. Irrelevant the template, the time frame, whether you are using range, ranker bars is irrelevant. We need to see both of them moving in the same direction always if you are auto trading. Okay, if we cross the, now we have a buy entry on the Nasdaq, a buy entry at 25,160 limited, 25,160 buy entry, not below. On the ES, we don't have anything. We're not your financial advisor. Do whatever you want. But the Nasdaq now, the buyers over the sellers, the market analyzer in full agreement. So a limited order at 25,161 or 62, whatever. Better is 62 to see the bar close above this line where it says target. The target is coming from the market analyzer. It says target hit. The Nasdaq on the market analyzer, based on one contract, hit 569 ticks, 2,810, and this is the target hit, and it's coming from that area here, target hit, and now we climb into target 2 and maybe target 3. We'll see. Target 2 and 3 usually around 11 o'clock. Target 3 is for the afternoon, but sometimes we get it in the morning. Let's see what happened here. Okay, we called the trade at 62, right there on the Nasdaq, 25,162. It fell again. It's a little pullback. Don't let it scare you. We're going up again at the Nasdaq. If we look at from 1 to 30 minutes, 1 to 30 minutes, all to the long side, the buyer a little bit over the sellers, the other instruments all into the long position. Don't panic. At the moment, it's only pullback. It's not short. It's just a little pullback. Okay, stop that trading. Seems like the ES is gonna break down again. If you break those double resistance, that's mean we're going back down again. The double support, sorry. On the ES. However, the Nasdaq is holding above this number here. So we are taking off. It looks in the green. The buyers over the sellers should take off. I mean, not unless if they are playing us around, but should take off as we speak. If we look at the market analyzer, the ES wants to go down and the Nasdaq wants to go higher. Want to go to the 25,190. And that's what happens sometimes. One of them is gonna overrun the other one. And I think the Nasdaq is fixing to take off very soon because all the momentum showing, everything is showing long, and there is no short. The only direction on the Nasdaq is long at this moment, and the ES is just losing momentum, and maybe it's going to drag the Nasdaq with him. I don't know yet. The ES refused to die. Stay. The Nasdaq is refused to die, staying on the 25,142. It is really struggle. Those numbers right now can go both of direction. The Nasdaq should take off. It's taken off the Nasdaq finally. Target one institutional number is gonna come to profit taking at 25,191. ES is a set case at this moment. If the only time we can take a long trade on the ES, I mean, there is a high risk. I don't want to give it to you. It's right there on the high, right there on the high, 6757. But there is a block right there, 6760. So it will be easier if we take the long trade above the 6760.50. Once the ES break that line, then it will be safer than to take the trade from the 6756. So just be careful. And there is a new signal on the Russell buy. Here it is. We managed to pull the Nasdaq. It's going to be a little bit difficult around the 86 level, but the target on one is 90. So be careful. We're going to the institutional number 90, profit taken on 90. The ES, we I prefer to see the ES crossing the 6,760 before we can go long on this. So be careful. We are coming to the higher level on the NASDAQ, which is going to hit target one. Profit taking institutional number right there. And the final destination for the NASDAQ for the morning. You see, this is what I said right there in the 80s, right there. I was concerned about. But the final destination should be on the morning session now is 10:37. Usually the target two is comes around 11 o'clock, but we have triple resistance that is going to have conflict in there. If the ES not going to break above the 6760, this means the Nasdaq is not going to hit target two by 11 o'clock. If the ES broke the 6,760, then there is a good potential for the Nasdaq to hit the final target for the morning session is 25,230. So it's all keep your eye on the ES. If now there is a buyers, if you see is a blinking, there are buyers coming in and pushing the market further. Usually this one a blink around this one here a blink around the fips. This is where you see the professional traders are pushing the market when there is a hard fib. You will see start blinking, and they are right now pushing this market. Hopefully they can push it above the 6,760. If they did, that's me. We are climbing to the, there here it is, institutional, 25,188. Perfect, perfect trade. And it seems like it's gonna push a little bit further. If it does, that's good. The problem is we have triple resistance. It's gonna be problem if the ES not able to break that level. It's gonna drag the Nasdaq with him, and that's what I was worried about before I can call a long trade. Is the 6,760, the yellow number, fell. The ES fell despite the buyers trying to push the market, despite the buyers over the sellers. Everything is in the green. The market analyzer is in the green, but they fell to break the key between short and long. There is a key. The yellow number is the key, and the yellow number here is the key different between short and long. So you have to be careful with those lines. Really, you need to be careful with those lines. So the ES, maybe because it's very strong, is gonna try again to break the, like the same thing happened to the Nasdaq. It was very difficult to break that 25,162. This is where we call the trade. So maybe it's going to retest it, and we will see what happened in the retest. It fell. That's why the Nasdaq hit the institutional target one and went back. That's what it's all about. Oof, oof. Today, if you are auto trading with your eyes closed, you can lose money. You cannot close your eye to the market. You're the pilot. You need to manage those trades coming out of any kind of auto trade. The ES is trying to break that line again, and if he does, which most likely it might break it now because it got stronger, the buyers over the sellers, the high time frame is in the green. So it's a matter of time before able to break the 6,760. Target one is 6,763.5. We need to see that number broken. If it's not, it's going to drag the Nasdaq to the pullback re-entry 25,144.75. This is the re-entry to the take on the Nasdaq on a pullback re-entry. This is where you're going to get. So on the swing trading, we got 13,900 on the Nasdaq. So we're doing very well. We got 6,640 on the gold, and we had a beautiful long trade on the ES, and now the second trade is we've got 400, but that's okay. 600. We'll see what happened with the Nasdaq, but the ES fell again to break it, and it's going back to the 6,751.75. And for a person, he's not aware the technical side on the futures trade. There are more money on the future trade than Bitcoin on a daily basis. Bitcoin and Forex and Ethereum is not driven by technical, it's driven by rumors, sometimes news coming out of nowhere and can affect the market. But the future is much more for day trading, and crypto is much more for long holding from 3 to 4 to 5 years. So that's total different animals. So the problem is with Bitcoin, Ethereum, we have tested many times. We have instruments, we can test it differently than a normal retailer. We can test it professionally. And we know what happened last week. People lost their accounts, lost their saving. Even there is one gentleman from Ukraine. He, and I forgot what kind of car he had. He put the gun in his head. He lost 65 million or something. All those big players, when they use merchant on Bitcoin, they lost royally. Even the most professional traders, the most companies, I know many companies lost in millions with the Bitcoin using stop loss. You cannot use a stop loss in Bitcoin, and here's the market now going for a dive. Let's see how far it can go. The ES fell again to break the 6,760, and it seems like we're going back down again. And the Nasdaq, as long as we are above the 25,146, I'm not worried about it. It came right in the institutional and took a profit. And let's see if this ES. Now this is the fourth try. The ES trying to break. This is your key for the ES. We need to see this this ES above the 6,760, and it's not been managed to break that line, and that is causing your Nasdaq to go back and forth So when you are auto trading, you're really going crazy. Now is up, now is down, now is up, now is down. That can drive you banana. So, but when you put the ES with the Nasdaq, doesn't matter if you're only trading the Nasdaq, you will understand why the Nasdaq, where all your instruments are fit to go long, and you are going long and you are struggling. It's not like you're getting in into the market and immediately taking off with your profit. And then you will see why, because the ES is trying so hard to break this level, and finally he did. Let's see. He finally did. And now you can see the Nasdaq will go above the institutional target, the number one institutional target, 25,190. Now is going to break it, because technically the ES has managed to break that resistance. So now we're going to see some take off on the Nasdaq, and get ready for the Nasdaq to take off. There is a good possibility for the Nasdaq to hit the target 2 for this morning, despite the double resistance we have right now. The our resistance support, they re-engaged, they uh, uh, readjusted to the market condition. It's not just support sitting there for days, like what we have seen on some amateur traders, where the support don't move and the resistance don't move, and the market is always the support resistance is based on the price action, not just a stupid line or Fibonacci. A blind Fibonacci is much more than just a stupid line with a Fibonacci. As you see right now, we the resistance plot a new resistance line. This was not there a minute ago, and now he plotted. And this is very good to be updated constantly on your fibs, because then you know if you are in a profit, you know exactly where to take your trades. And when the fibs start piling up on top of you and you're going long, you'll understand that it's exhausted in the trend. Vice versa, when the market is down and then they start plotting a lot of support, that's mean you need to start building out of the position when you are on a swing trading. So let's see what happened here. The ES is climbing to this target one. Absolutely, this is an institutional number. It's laying right at the double resistance. So profit taken on 6763.5, and the Nasdaq is taken off to this target 2 institutional. It is 25,200 and who said that? We have Adil saying the Nasdaq and the ES, those two devils work together. Yeah, you find. Actually, yesterday you reminded me. I was installing the system to gentlemen in the U.S. He reminded me of you. Um, when you first came in, you were like him. I mean, the guy is very nice guy, but his knowledge is very basic. But I can see he's determined to learn how to trade like you. And you've been with us 10, 11 months. It took you, what, 3 months to start getting the idea, Adil? He reminded me of you yesterday. I said, he's just like Adil. And so he's determined. I'm sure he's going to make it. He's determined guy. You can tell immediately when a guy tell you where is the dishwasher machine called Autotrade, and when the other guy is trying to understand everything in the market, So here it is. Speaking of the devil, when the we automatically the fib plotted on the chart, as we said, why is so important for your. I cannot call them Fibonacci because the Fibonacci, they stay where they are not Fibonacci. And as you see, when before the market come up, the line plotted, and that can give you caution when you are auto trading or not. The re-entry point on the Nasdaq still 25,163, and the Nasdaq sink into the re-entry somewhere around 6,753. We are back to square one from where we call the trades. And it is, here it is, sinking again. I noticed yesterday I was working with a gentleman computer, and he have the minimum 16 gigabyte RAM. NinjaTrader requires 16 gigabyte RAM. But when you are using different platform, and the most, I told him to turn off his antivirus. There is some antivirus, they slow down your computer tremendously. So there is a window defender. It's very good and very light. You don't need to purchase an antivirus, or you can do it like me. The trading computer, I don't go on the net, period. I don't read emails. I don't have any email attached to the trading computer. I don't have any apps on it. It's just the trading. And I don't even Google on that computer. It is there is one app, one there is one platform I trade from. And this one is strictly for trading. So if you have this luxury to have your laptop or something, and you don't go fuzzle with it on the net all the time, the window defender is very good. You don't need antivirus, and you keep your computer light, because when your computer is loaded, especially let's say on NinjaTrader, you have 100 different system on NinjaTrader, that causing lags on your NinjaTrader platform. So the ones you're not using, try to get rid of them out of NinjaTrader. Don't keep them, because somehow, I don't know, I'm not a programmer, somehow when you have tons of systems on NinjaTrader or any other platform, then you start having lags in the system, and this is not good for you. The Nasdaq's sinking again, and the buyers lost interest. The buyers almost equal to the seller. The market analyzer going in red starts sinking. It's sinking before any other traders know it. It's sinking. It's finished. And now if the Nasdaq go below this yellow number here, 6753, you kiss this market goodbye. Is sinking permanently for the rest of this morning. Be careful. It seems like it's gonna break. Be careful. The market is changing direction every other minute, every other second. It's extremely moody market today, and you have to be careful. This is the key, 6753. If we start closing below that, you kiss it goodbye. It's finished. We'll wait till we see what happened here. It's finished. Let's see. If the bar gonna close below that number, let's see on the ES. You can see what is this ES hanging on. If it closed below, that would have been finished market to the long side. If it stays above that number, you stay on the long. Look, you see, came right into this yellow number again. And now it's taking off. Holy. We're taking off again. If you notice on the question between scalping, this is the morning trade on the Nasdaq European hours. Beautiful trade, and now it is on the swing trading. In days like today, if you were scalping, you would have been butchered. You know, if you were scalping, uh, you might can get away with a few takes, but on days like this, uh, I mean, I honestly before many years ago, I mean, I've been doing this for 32 years ago. Before I was only interested in scalping, and but for the last 6 7 years, I'm no longer interested in a scalping because you get a headache. Now is up, now is down because you're going on small takes. But when you go on a swing trading like this one here, I mean, you have a pullback. You have a pullback. If you are using trailing stop, I mean, the auto trade is automatically will close by itself if the market changes direction. It does close by itself. But if you are using trailing stop, you will never see. I don't know who the hell come out with this idea to use a dummy trailing stop because no matter how far is your dummy trailing stop, uh, you're gonna be stopped out. You will never see thousands of dollars. But what we have built here is not. You can do trailing stop, break even, and trade from one signal to another. So in another word, this one here is not gonna close only if you want to override the auto trade to close it from the top here. But if you leave it alone, all what it takes one uh, to catch one trend a week, that can make more money than a scalping in 1 month. So I find the scalping is more, I mean, I don't want to say it this way, but if the scalping, auto trading is not really my favorite piece of cake anymore, because if you want to scalp the market, there are plenty ways. You can scalp the market ticks and few ticks here and there with a light-handed people, on the mouth. They know how to reverse. Today, this morning, earlier, I reversed position twice today, early this morning. So, and it was going fine, and I can see the market was changing. I reversed immediately 2 times today, manually. So what I'm saying is, if you are really looking at the chart, and whatever indicators you have, whatever you think you have is a robust indicators and fibs and all this, and you can always find scalping, or you can, I mean, on a day like this, scalping is a bad news. The swing trading is making tons of money. So, I mean, if we, always one thing you need to look for in the morning to see how big the bars are. You know, it doesn't matter if it's going down or up, the bars are big. Look at this, from 6747, and this is only 1 minute, to 6753. What does that mean? You're gonna be butchered with your stop losses on a scalper, because on a scalper you should not be using no more than, I mean, max on the scalper on an EOS, max 10 ticks, 2 points. I mean, you should get away with it with 7 or 8 ticks tight. But if you are using 7 or 8 ticks in this chart today on a 1 minute as an example, you would have been butchered with the trades. And if you are using 20 ticks on a scalper today, stop loss, you would have been disaster trader, because if you notice, the bars are very, very big, most of them. And this is only 1 minute chart. So the market is like shockwave in the prices. When there is a shockwave in the prices, you better off on a swing trading than scalping. And then it's not like going one direction. It's going like 2 step forward, 1 step backward, 1 step backward, 2 step forward, and that can drive any trader crazy. But if you are on a swing trade, then whatever you're gonna get for today, you're gonna get for today, whether minus or plus, or you got 13,000 like the Nasdaq yesterday. The gold made $22,000 on one trade. On one trade, I couldn't go on and upload the videos because the numbers that were very unrealistic, because it was a swing trading. So I didn't even go on and upload the charts, because how you gonna 22,000 yesterday, today the same auto trade 6,640. So I don't know. I still think for somebody not, how to put it, for somebody don't have an eye for the market movement, he's dependent everything on automatic, whether automatic indicator or automatic auto trade or automatic, everything is automatic. you will be better off on a swing trading than to be on a scalper, because a scalper is very tight. If you want to scalp, you need to really look at your technical chart while you are scalping. If something you don't like, you can interfere. Also, there is some people don't understand when you are scalping and the market moving fast. Today is moving medium, not fast and not slow. If we say on the scalping you have 10 to 15 ticks max on a scalping, you can get. But on a medium move or fast movement market, you're gonna face a slippage, one tick or two ticks on the way in, plus commission, plus on the way out. So you calculate it, you are out of nowhere, you are down 5 ticks on the scalper. Now the example, some people don't understand when you are live, and let's say you want to use a limited order, because somebody said, I use limited order. Yeah, good for you. If you are using a limited order and the number on your scalper say 6,055.75, if the market hit the 6,755.75, your broker is not going to get you filled. A lot of people don't understand that. It has to go one tick below before you can get filled. So you are already in the hole, one tick plus a slippage. If you are on a limited, you're gonna lose one tick on the way in. Here is the problem with limited price. Maybe the market is right here. Is playing at 6,756. And you have a limited price. I'm using the green color so you can see it. 6,755.69. Okay. So the market is 5 ticks above your limited price. Okay. In order for this market to go back and get you filled, it has to go down, yes? But maybe if you have a limited price here and the market going down, it's not going to stop at your limited price. It's going to go further down. So you are already in the red before you even started, minus one tick, because the broker is not going to get you filled at 6,055.69. He wants his tick. So you get filled one tick below if you are on a limited price. But then if the market going down, let's say my limited price is right there, 6,557.75, and now the market came to my direction, but maybe it's going to continue down to the re-entry here, or it might be lucky and you're going to take off with it. So for every step you go, or any direction you go, there is a plus and minus. It's not a simple piece of cake. Sometimes it can be a piece of cucumber. So you have to be careful how it's not a just indicator, auto trade, and now I want to make 1,000. Yeah. It is about approaching the market. Don't ask yourself, not you're talking to your buddy or your wife or your children, ask yourself first how profitable you are as a manual trader, whether you've been trading for 1 year, 10 years, 20 years. For the last 16 years, we've had people, they say they've been trading for 10 years. But then when you scratch the surface, you find out they've been looking at PNL for 10 years. They have not learned anything, and they keep repurchasing systems, buying systems, automatic systems, so they can build them out of their problem. And you ask yourself how you are reading the market. Are you reading it right or not? If you're not reading it right, don't jump into the scalper if you don't know what you're doing. The scalper is very tight, but with the swing trading, you deal with only one trade when you go in and when you go out. Now we got disconnected here. My internet seems like we got disconnected. I don't know why we got disconnected. Uh, 1 millisecond we got disconnected, and now all my auto trades are off. So this is a good example. You can see deactivate, deactivate, deactivate. Somehow I lost millisecond internet, and now all my system deactivated. So now you have to flash out everything and start all over again. And this is only 1 millisecond lost internet. I have a backup system, but the backup system is not going to kick in with 1 millisecond lost internet. So this is another good example why you need to monitor your trades. If you are on the beach, on honeymoon, and you have home your internet, you have an auto trading. Good luck. So I hope it's not gonna affect your honeymoon. So what I'm saying is, it's not as simple uh, as you think. You need to be a little bit more educated. I have seen some commercials that if you are over 50 and you have $20, you become professional trader. I've been doing this for 32 years, and every day I learn something new. For 32 years, nonstop. To to learn trading within a month, you must be dreamer. The trading does not comes from the indicator or the auto trade. We have a 20 auto trades. We're not talking about this. We have a tremendous education. We're not talking about this. But this person wants to be professional. He needs to sweat a little bit at the beginning to know what he's doing. Otherwise, he's gonna spend the rest of his life. And believe me, we have tested the AIs, and they are a black box. RSI, volume, MACDs, ATRs. This is the max he can get out of an AI. He can tweak it for you and put it all together, and it still will not work. So don't think there is an automatic ATM machine in the trading. It is like a soldier, and you need to move up from soldier way up and earn your stars. I'm sorry to say it the way it is. This is maybe somebody is much smarter, but you will learn down the years that not being educated and not one of those guys, because we read all the books many years ago. They can give you CDs, DVDs, and they give you something to read. When you are reading, I mean, look at this. No matter what kind of book you're reading, try to explain to me all those big bars today. How are you going to survive? Try to see all those big bars on an ES and tell me how in the hell you're going to survive. So whatever we read in the book, the second day they were all gone because the situation was different in the market. The only time you can get educated by burning your own fingers. As an example, you turn on your micro account so you will not do damage to your saving account or uh, whatever. I don't want to make sense to on this. Anyway, if you make a mistake, your losses is $1, $2, $3. That's very fine. But then you learn. If you go live and then on a micro account and you make a mistake, max you can go $5 in the wrong direction. But that is not gonna hurt your account. The $5 will not even buy you a slice of pizza. Before you go on a full power, like if you have 20,000, 5,000, 30,000, but you learn. And please, I don't have, I'm not saying this, I don't have any CDs to sell you. I don't have any DVDs to sell you. And I'm not going to bring you to class. We have private webinar on Monday to teach the technical side, but I don't have a class to teach trader how to trade and babysit a grown man so I can collect $100 out of every man. I don't have time for this. So what I'm trying to say, I'm not trying to sell you anything. And that's why no, I don't have any classes I can offer you. What I'm offering you is here on YouTube, front of everyone. I analyze the market for you. If you get it, you get it. You don't get it, you're not getting it. And I'm not getting paid for it. So I'm not saying this so I can hook you onto some kind of course or send you DVD or send you some kind of e-book or something like. I don't have this because it doesn't work. The only time you learn is when you burn your own fingers. Honestly, this is the end of it. So I've seen commercials that say if you have a $20, you are over 50, you can retire on this. Really? $20. I mean, this is not going to even cover the course. And then when you get the course, do you really think your $20? They're trying to sell something it will never happen for $20 to make you profitable trader. To be profitable trader is gonna cost you thousands of dollars from your own account before you can become a profitable trader. Reading books, ebooks, go to trader room where they claim after 1 hour they made 100 take and you are the only one down 30 take. You read the book, the second day you come to trade, nothing, they're all gone. They're all gone. Why? The theory is different than practical, you know. So they never help with anything. So what we are doing here on a YouTube, and to be honest with you, I don't know how long I can keep doing this on YouTube. Now I'm a little bit bored with it. Oh, by the way, tomorrow there is no YouTube. Uh, I have to fly to my other office overseas. So, uh, so you can see on next week it will be different monitors than those. So what I'm saying is the theory is not going to bail you out of it. What you need to do, whatever indicators you have, whatever system you have, you believe in it, keep it practicing on a micro account, and then after that you can auto trade. Because when you're auto trade taking a trade, you know where it's going. But now you're taking a trade on the Nasdaq and you don't know where it's going. You don't know the destination of that trade. You're just dependent on your auto trade. There is 20 auto trades in our package. It's not the lack of auto trades. But you give a key to Ferrari to somebody don't know how he drive, he's gonna crush it. So it's not the software, it's the person, education, patient, discipline. Those are the top three in the trader before you buy any indicator or any auto trade. Your attitude, your personality. If you are just a daydreamer, you want to be a millionaire overnight, and you're trying to have a shortcut, you gotta stay on the shortcut till the age of 75. And actually, we had one guy. He was 91 years old. I don't want to call the name because 6 months ago I told him, stop trading, go take your wife on a cruise and enjoy life. You don't have that many days. That man has been buying products at the age of 55 till he is at 91, 92. He started before even the internet started. So, and he never was a good trader because he always buying a new products and refused to learn. He want the magic. The magic you're looking for in ATM machine does not exist in a real life. You need to earn it. And maybe you think I'm a fool. Maybe you are smarter, and I'm happy for you. But for the rest, I'm telling you honest truth. I'm not a car salesman. I don't have those videos where it shows you're making $1,000 from $20. I don't have those videos, and I will never make videos like this because they are unrealistic. You see, there is a lot of animation videos now about trading, and they are not even on the platform. We have some people in Europe, they put money with the brokers, and in Singapore, and they never seen their money back, and stay with the broker, locally. I cannot call any brokers for you on YouTube, but there are many brokers. They've been around for many years, like Ninja Trader. I use Ninja Trader. There is for stocks. You have interactive brokers. There is many respectable platforms, but don't go with Hikidu company. You don't know where in the hell it is, or where you don't know if they have a head. So there is many people that have been scammed with their accounts. Always try to find a broker. They don't trade like Ninja Trader broker. They're not allowed to trade. I don't know about interactive broker. Do your own research. Interactive broker for stocks if you want to. There is also Chase Bank. Um, I deal with it. Used to a long time ago with interactive broker. Now with the Chase Bank. So there is many, or maybe your bank can give you platform for the stocks, whatever. But don't go with somebody Hikidu. You never heard of this company before, and don't follow into this animation AI, how successful they are, or there is a couple $100 buy and sell system, and then you're gonna be rich. Please don't fall into this trap. Please, I beg you, don't fall. It's your money. Do whatever you want. So, folks, now we've been half an hour over our time, and the market is wishy-washy. It's not going anywhere. We say thank you very much for today, and tomorrow it will not be on a YouTube. I have to fly over the weekend, and on Monday we will be back normal for our traders. Monday webinar as normal from the second office. Thank you very much.